Red Rising Trilogy rating. After I finish the Red Rising Trilogy, I want to give my proper opinion. Red Rising, 4 out of 5 Hemanthoses. I'd give it 5, but the beginning is too similar to the Hunger Games, and the Hunger Games is basically a Battle Royale ripoff, so... The story is set on Mars, a brutal, unforgiving red planet where people live in castes deep beneath the surface, working in dangerous mines with massive machines, extracting helium-3, the most valuable resource in the universe, all to terraform Mars. At least that is what the goals at the top of the hierarchy wants them to believe. Anyway, Darrow quickly realizes that everything he lived for is a lie. And with the help of rebellion, he undergoes a physical transformation, becomes a gold, and infiltrates their society to destroy it from within. I mean, it's much more complex than what I just said, but I don't want to spoil anything. There's a love in it and all sorts of things. Maybe even a little bit of Pierce's own love life. But shh. Throughout the book, you can definitely feel Hunger Games vibe. Students fight to the death. It's not the same, but the influence is there. And by the way, considering I dropped this book twice and I came back to it, I can confidently say this book is basically an intro into what comes next. And what comes next is insane. For me, this book really starts when Darrow undergoes his physical transformation. After that, it turns into a proper sci-fi cyberpunk masterpiece. Golden Sun. 5 out of 5 graph boots. The pacing of this book is relentless. Pierce Brown understands momentum better than the most modern sci-fi writers. Chapters ends like explosions. Every moment of hope feels dangerous. And because of that, the reader develops the same paranoia as the characters themselves. This is where the heart-pounding ride of the trilogy truly begins. Darrow rose from the darkness beneath the Mars, and now he walks among the gods. But the game ain't over. Darrow has everything he fought for: status, strength, and a place among the gold's elite. But the deeper he climbs, the more dangerous truth becomes. Because this world isn't built on honor, it's built on control, betrayal, and blood. And one wrong move could cost him everything. So in a universe where loyalty is fragile and the power is everything, how far are you willing to go to tear it all down? In this book, Pierce Brown completely moves away from the school environment and testing systems, and the story transforms into true cyberpunk masterpiece of political games, power struggles, alliances and betrayals, and war on a much larger scale. And I gotta say one more thing. This is finally where Pierce Brown fully shows his incredible skill for describing both people and world building, both combined with very strong action and incredible storytelling. And what I personally love the most about this book is how Pierce Brown mixes prose and poetry with modern pacing and futuristic setting. Let's say it like this: his descriptions, dialogues, and writing style feels almost archaic, while the actual story is set in futuristic cyberpunk sci-fi story. Action, vivid, and vast world building. I wish all books were this good. Morning Star. 4 out of 5 Sling Blade. One of the hardest things in fiction is ending a trilogy well. But I guess nothing is problem for Darrow, and apparently not for Pierce Brown either. Because Pierce Brown isn't only just handsome, beautiful, and smart, apparently he also knows how to stick the landing. Morning Star delivers one of the strongest endings and epic conclusion to the Red Rising trilogy. Morning Star takes everything from the first 2 books, the betrayal, the politics, the war, the friendships, and pushes all of that into an intergalactic scale. Entire fleets collide, empires begin to crack, and Darrow slowly realized that destroying a system might be easier than rebuilding a new one. The war is no longer hidden in shadows and revolutions are messy. And the deeper the war goes, the harder it becomes to tell difference between hero and the monster. And this book puts a huge focus on friendship, which Pierce Brown himself mentions at the end of the book. He says he tried to write in isolation and solitude, but eventually realized it wouldn't work, and that the real inspiration for the story came from the friends surrounding him. That's truly the backbone of this book. That's what makes it feel so alive and tangible and relatable, even though the story itself is completely fictional. Morning Star is where all finally comes together. The scale becomes massive, but somehow the characters never get lost inside all that spectacle. So, in a universe ruled by fear, power and hierarchy, how much of yourself are you willing to sacrifice to finally become free? Morning Star succeeds at one thing endings absolutely must do. It makes the entire journey feel worth it.